day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. It's a beautiful evening here, the first week of August. We finally got some really badly needed rain, and we're moving the cows down to the eastern Gama grass field. So they've got a gourmet feast waiting on them. But we're just taking it slow. They're coming uphill, so they always go slower. And I'm going to let them graze this Korean Lespedeza right here. Get a little grazing action. This is some really high quality forage right here. We have Jan in front of us walking, and then Frank and Brenda, which are our assistants when we grind up meat. They volunteered to be our walkers on the back, so they're bringing the Kubota with the cage in it, in case we have a baby cat that runs back. And then we've got Ike, and we have a University of Missouri veterinary student. He's helping out today. He emailed me, and said if I ever got in a situation where we needed some help, that he would do it. So take this thing out of the way. There. Blocking my video. There's 125 cow-calf pairs coming, and then there's about 50 yearlings. And there's some bulls, there's some steers, just a little bit of everything in there. Our herd has gotten smaller with the drought we were experiencing. And, you know, with hay this year, anywhere from, depending on who you talk to, but it's pretty expensive. It's up to close to $100 or more than $100 a bale. You don't want to be feeding a whole bunch of hay. We always buy some just to make sure that we don't get stuck with an empty cupboard if we get a rain, or I'm sorry, a snow or some ice or something we can't graze through. And you know, the way it was looking, folks, there wasn't going to be any stockpile grown this fall. But now we're feeling a whole lot more optimistic. We caught 4 7/8 inches over 5 days. Well, these cows are speeding up. I guess I better speed up if I'm going to stay ahead of them. I told you, when they go downhill, they speed up. Got a good crew. Isaac is on vacation. And Jackson is on National Guard duty weekend. So we were short-handed for a cattle drive. It don't take hardly anybody to move cows. You do something like this, it takes a few people. You sure don't want somebody driving into your cows. That's where Jan, she's up here making sure nobody comes this way. And I called her when we opened the gate. So we're not going to have anybody come into our cattle drive. Shade. You get out in that sun, it's darn right hot. It's not hot to southern standards. I know Texas, you guys are just boiling. One of our landowners lives in Dallas. He said when he got home from Missouri the other night, it was 102 degrees at 10:30 at night. Now that's hot. Yeah, they slowed up. On top and stop. 2 more hills and they're home free. Yeah, they slowed up now. Woo! Yeah! You don't want to get too far ahead of them. I have had them stop. And they'll ball up in a big ball. And darn it if they won't go back. had that happen a couple times. I just got way too far in front of them. And they didn't see me, they couldn't hear me. And they're like, you know what, we're gonna go back to where we started. That's only about a third of them right there. The other 2/3 are behind. Catching up to me. Here when we leased the farm, it's always been a little, what I call frog pond mud hole. That thing completely dried up, and it's about half full of water now. Doesn't look like very good water. We always fence them off of that. We don't let them drink from that. That pond's probably 100 years old. It's got a little bitty dam on it. Probably dug with a horse. You know, slip, what they call slip scraper. They got a reward. You wouldn't believe how beautiful this Gama grass looks down here. They're bawling because they're bawling for their calves. Calves are coming. What we did is we made a right angle turn bringing these cows out of that paddock. And that's a terrible turn to do with cattle. Because not all of them make it through it, and then the rest of them follow the cows down the fence line. But we learned a long time ago, when you make a right angle turn, we go get a piece of sheep netting because the baby calves can't go through it. And we run it from that gate out into the paddock about 150 feet. And they just flow out like a funnel. They can't get through the netting. So once you get them in the road, it's a straight shot. Hill, they'll be home free. There are advantages to living where there's not a lot of people. We are in a very loosely populated road right now. As a matter of fact, nobody lives on this road. It's one of the few roads, and I'm not going to tell you the name of it because I don't want somebody I don't want anybody moving out here. But it's about a mile long, and there's not a single road, single house on it, which I just absolutely love. We've been tempted to put a road and close sign on each end and turn the cattle or the sheep right into the road and let them graze the road ditches. Because the ditches just get ate up with brush and weeds. It's because nothing can graze it. Woo! Yeah, this is a strung out cattle drive here. But you know, when you got 125 babies, actually 126 babies, or younger calves, I shouldn't say babies. There's a few new ones in there, but most of them are born April, May. You don't have trouble with those. It's those newborns you have trouble with. One more hill. Woo! The skinniest cow in the herd is leading. I can't believe that. She's a first calf heifer, and she's got a heck of a calf on her, but that calf is just pulling her down. And so she's not going to measure up to stay in the herd. They can't keep their weight on and raise a calf. I don't care if they're a heifer or not. You can't keep those. She doesn't have any gut. And you gotta have gut on your cattle. Big gut. The bigger the gut, the more forage they can hold, and they don't get thin while they're trying to nurse a calf and breed back. And so we preg test her. I guarantee you, she's not gonna. Pretty certain she's just thin enough. She's not gonna breed back very well. If she does, she'll be late. So that's another thing. You know, I tell you, you got to be the predator in your herd. The ones that don't work, you got to get rid of them. And they're just like people. There's good ones and there's bad ones. And if you just keep everything, you end up with a bunch of junk. Man, it feels good to get out of that sun. Cooking. Woo! There's my blocker. Have you had to block anybody? No? You had the easiest job of the whole deal then.
Yep.
I told you there was a really good smorgasbord waiting on these cattle. I was talking to somebody, somebody texted, said they had eastern Gama grass in Australia. And they said they considered it a weed. I'm like, what? It's the best dang warm season grass there is. I'll take all the weeds you want to give me. Because I guarantee you these cows are going to do backflips on this. They're going to absolutely put on some weight. There goes that little thin cow. Well, she's booking. She must not be feeling too bad. It's funny how they all go through the shade right there on that one little tree. Hey, these things are booking. Holy moly, they're gonna run through that water out there. They don't stop. Nope, they stop. Good. The grass is so tall you can't see the water. Man, they're raising cane. None of them have their... They all took off running down those hills and they left the calves at the back. The babies. There's a little one. He made it quick. There they come. My goodness. You wouldn't want to be sitting on your chair there in the middle of that gate when they came down that hill. Whoa, there's a pretty heifer. My goodness. There's another one. Are these cattle fat or what? Fat and slick. Bulls aren't losing any condition, and boy, they have been breeding fools. Every time I look up, there's cows being bred. Doing their job. It's still hot out. It's 95. I know, you in Texas, you probably feel like that spring weather. It's all respective of where you live, isn't that right? There they go to working on it. They've all got to kind of match up with their calves. And then they kind of stop bawling and everything goes to grazing. See the tails are swatting back and forth. Folks, we just left a ton of fly pressure behind us. Oh, I see Brendan and Frank coming with the Kubota. I wonder how many they had to pick up. I saw him coming. Maybe I didn't. Nope. They still haven't popped the hill. Which means they've got the troublemakers at the very back. My goodness, look at all these calves. All grown with green grass. I get so tickled when people say, but Greg, what you're doing might be fine, but you can't feed the world this way. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you're right, we can't feed the world this way. Well, price of oil goes to $1,000 a gallon. Oh, I'm sorry, $1,000 a barrel. I guess we're gonna find out. Because folks, this doesn't use any fossil fuel. I mean, basically 3 gallons a week in the ATV. Yeah, not 500 gallons a day working up a field to plant row crop in. 3 gallons a week. So if oil does get expensive, which you're looking at the writing on the wall, I think it's probably going to be a matter of time before it will. Get back. No, your cat's in here. She's coming. They can go back. In fact, it'd probably help to drive they go back. What it is climbing those hills, those little calves get tired. And they'll actually try and lay down sometimes. So I'm guessing Ike and Garrett have their hands full, keeping them going and catching the ones that want to go back. Oh, there comes some more over the top of the hill. It's kind of nice to have a cow that's a lot slower than the rest of the mob. Oh, there's a bunch of them now coming over the top of that hill. Okay, good. Because the adults that are slow, it allows the baby calves to kind of stay caught up with them. Your Olympians that just run, and it's hard for babies to keep up with them, especially on a hotter day. I still see them coming over the top of that hill right there. This is a very concerned mother. She's going to go back out the gate. She's going to go find her baby. I'd rather them be that way than not ever worry about it. Oh, there comes Ike. Yeah. They've got a ton of babies coming. I can hear Brenda and Frank in the Kubota. This is Garrett's first cattle drive. He's a second year vet student from Nashville, Arkansas. I didn't know there was a Nashville, Arkansas. Seems like an awful nice young man. He's got, I believe, 2 more years. No, I'm not sure how many years it takes to be a veterinarian. I know it's a tough deal. He's a very humble young man, I know that. I told him, I said, you must be pretty sharp to be a veterinarian. He goes, oh, I don't know. He said, if I can be a veterinarian, anybody can. I'm like, no. No, that's not right. I know a lot of veterinarians, it was too tough to become a veterinarian, they became a doctor, a human doctor instead of a veterinarian. So I know one thing, I shook his hand today. That's the kind of kid I want to do business with. My goodness, he had a nice, he didn't break my hand, he just had a very nice, firm handshake. Yeah. Him and his dad run a small cattle farm in Nashville. And he wants to go back to Nashville, Arkansas, and open up a veterinary practice. I think he's going to be a good vet. He's just, I don't know, he just impressed me. I only met him 2 hours ago. Very, very humble, polite. Everything's yes sir, no sir. Calves are finally here. Somebody asked me today how many cases of pink eye we had, and not a single case. Yeah, I hope it holds true. With that, that's a wrap. Everybody's here, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. Everyone have a good one, and for those of you all looking to come to a grazing school, we're going to have our last one of the year in September. It's the first week of September. You can go to greenpasturesfarm.net to find out more about it and to sign up. Hope to see some of you all there. Take care.